Hello everyone, we are in the final video of starting a business from scratch and we're talking to Kingsley today about accounting systems and how easy it is to use them and how it can make a big difference using Xero or MyOb or QuickBooks or whatever is out there to help keep you on track.
Yeah, thanks, Steve. Yeah, I guess it's not necessarily really new anymore. It's been around for some time now, but I guess the big development in the accounting programs now for people that have not been in business before is what's called bank feeds. So if you've got a Xero or a MyOb or a QuickBooks program, you can set it up pretty easily that the bank data gets loaded into your program every day. And, and then you can do some coding. And again, most of the programs are designed that, transactions that happen over and over again generally can be done either very easily or even automatically. So it's not a big job. And it has that enormous advantage over people that might have, say, been in small business 10 years ago, where you can, if you want, literally be checking how your business is going every day. And it's up to date, even if you're prepared to do a little bit of work, up to that very day. So it gives you that enormous advantage of just not, you're getting further and further into trouble and not realising it's happening. You can bring up your profit and loss, have a look at it. As I say, maybe that's a bit overkill every day, but certainly every month I would recommend having a look in your balance sheet. And also in relation to what we just talked about on the previous video with the timings of your tax, is that you can bring up a profit and loss and see, well, I've made $10,000 profit. And again, we'll take the easy example. I'm in a company. I need to put $2,500, 25% of that into my tax account. I don't have to guess. I can look it up and I can see what profit I have made. And I'd encourage people to do that to and have a little bit of faith in yourself that, if you've done the reconciling and so forth, you'll probably find that your profit and loss is fairly accurate. And if anything, probably overstates the profit a little bit because it won't things like depreciation and things that your accountant will do. So if anything, if you're doing that exercise, you're probably putting a little bit too much. You're being conservative into your tax account. And of course, you can literally see how your business is going. And even if you have mucked a few of the finer details of bookkeeping and what up, and your profit and loss is sort of not looking as good as you thought or something, and that triggers you to talk to your accountant, then, at least you've gone and see, you'll find, well, hang on, you've put a few things in the wrong spot. A classic would be someone's bought some equipment and they've put it into an expense code, and so it looks like they aren't making very much profit. And of course, the accountant says, well, hang on, you've got your new backhoe here as an expense. That's an asset. In actual fact, your profit's pretty good. And you're going, okay. And the other part also of these programs is that your accountant can be looking at them every single day as well. You can invite your accountant to have access to they can't do transactions. They can't go and clean out your bank account, but they can see the figures. And again, in some cases, I've done it with clients where we've got some concerns. I'll go and check in on them from time to time. And then I might give them a ring and say, well, gee, I've just had another look and it's not flash. You need to get in here. So you can set all those sorts of things up to have your accountant also giving you some warnings about how you're going or not going, and just that ability to check all the time. So you shouldn't get to the end of the year or get to the classic example in the good old days is if people had no idea whether they'd made a profit or loss till they saw their accountant, which might have been the whole year's gone by and the accountant's done their work after Christmas the following year. And so they have had no idea whether they've made a big, small or loss profit till, February the following year or something. Those days are gone. You can have a look at your figures, as I say, if you want to, every day. And you don't necessarily have to be getting it spot on right. You just need to be getting it pretty right to be able to know, well, hang on, something here. I need to talk to my accountant and just make sure I'm getting this right or it's another issue. And also fantastic for, I need to buy a new truck. I'll ring up my accountant, talk about getting a new truck. And your accountant can also look at your profit and say, well, yeah, that's, you're going good. You should get the loan from the bank. And it's clear that you need it. here's the tax consequence. I can see you're making a pretty good profit, so that the depreciation you're getting, you'll be able to get the full claim for it. All these sorts of things, because you've done regular little bank recs and got the bank feeds. So you shouldn't get too many nasty surprises if you're being reasonably diligent and doing your banks recs pretty often and having a bit of a look at least once a month.
And I think the really great thing about using these programs and being able to have your accountant and even your bookkeeper, if you do have a separate bookkeeper, in your program is that you can have, in this day and age where virtual meetings or phone call meetings are becoming much more popular, so that people don't necessarily have to leave, or they can squeeze them in between things without having to travel. It means that your accountant or your bookkeeper can look at things in real time. You know, you don't have to worry about printing something out or emailing something across. They can jump in and look at things in real time for you to have a really important discussion with real numbers, live numbers.
Yeah, very current live numbers. Yep.
That is amazing. And that is the wrap up of our Starting a Business from Scratch series. We hope you've enjoyed it. If you have any questions about what we've talked about, or if you'd like some specific financial advice, we do recommend booking an appointment with Kingsley or checking out our resources on our website. If you just go to bswconnect.com.au and click on resources, there are some additional resources there that you can grab. So thank you very much, Kingsley, and we'll talk again. We're going to do a series on side hustles. So if you are interested in starting a side hustle and some of this information is a bit much for you, stick around. Coming up in a few weeks, we're going to have a session on side hustles. Thank you so much, Kingsley.
Thanks, Lee.